The blue-skinned alien named Bora stepped off the shuttle onto Earth soil for the first time. Her four eyes blinked rapidly, adjusting to the bright sunlight. The Galactic Union had chosen her as their diplomat for this important first official cultural exchange with humans. She straightened her formal robes and touched the translator device at her throat, hoping it would work correctly. A small group of humans waited nearby. One man stepped forward with a smile. He was tall with broad shoulders and dark hair. "Welcome to Earth. I'm Ta. I'll be your guide during your stay," he said, extending his hand. Bora had studied human greetings. She carefully reached out and grasped his hand, mimicking the up and down motion she had seen in training videos. "Thank you. I am Bora, Diplomatic Exchange Officer, 3rd class," she replied. Her translator device converted her natural color-shifting communication into sound waves humans could understand. Tai led her to a vehicle. "We'll go to your quarters first so you can rest. Tomorrow we'll begin the official meetings." Bora's skin rippled with blue-green patterns of curiosity. "Actually, I would prefer to begin learning about humans immediately. Our time is limited." Ta smiled. "I like your enthusiasm. How about we take a short tour of the city on our way?" The vehicle moved through streets filled with humans going about their daily lives. Bora pressed her face against the window, recording everything with her neural implant. Humans walked in pairs, some holding hands. They entered and exited buildings. They carried items in bags. "What are those humans doing?" she asked, pointing to a couple sitting at a small table outside a building. "They're having coffee, a popular drink, and talking, probably on a date." "Date? This is a courtship ritual." Ta laughed. "Sometimes, or just friends spending time together." The next week passed in a blur of official meetings. Bora met government officials, scientists, and cultural representatives. She shared information about the Galactic Union, careful to follow diplomatic protocols. But she found herself most interested in the daily lives of ordinary humans. "Tai, I have completed the required diplomatic exchanges. Now I wish to learn how humans truly live," she told him one morning. "What would you like to see?" "Your home. How you eat. How you interact with family. The things not shown in official presentations." Ta seemed surprised but nodded. "I could invite you for dinner with my wife and me. Would tomorrow evening work?" Bora's skin flashed bright yellow with excitement. "Yes, this would be most informative." The next evening, Ta drove Bora to a small house with a garden. "It's nothing fancy," he said as they walked to the door. A woman opened it before they reached it. She had long black hair and a warm smile. "Welcome. I'm Ja, Ta's wife. We're so excited to have you visit our home." Bora bowed slightly. "Thank you for this opportunity to observe authentic human domestic behaviors." Jia laughed. "Well, I hope we don't disappoint you. Come in, please." The inside of their home fascinated Bora. So many objects. Pictures on walls, soft furniture, small decorative items with no clear purpose. Humans seemed to collect things simply to look at them. "Would you like something to drink?" Jia asked. "Water, tea, wine." "Water would be acceptable," Bora replied, following them to the kitchen. She watched carefully as Jia prepared food, chopping vegetables and mixing ingredients. Ta set plates and utensils on a table. They moved around each other with practiced ease. "How long have you been pair bonded?" Bora asked. "Married," Ta corrected gently. 4 years next month. "We have our anniversary coming up," Jia added. Tai always plans something special. Dinner was a learning experience. Bora tried small amounts of several dishes, careful to follow the instructions Ta gave about using utensils. The humans asked questions about her world, and she asked about theirs. "Do you live alone, Bora?" Jia asked. "Yes, my species doesn't form permanent pair bonds like humans. We gather for specific purposes, then separate." "That sounds lonely," Jia commented. "We don't experience loneliness as humans do," Bora explained. Our connection to others is different. After dinner, they moved to another room with more comfortable seating. Bora noticed how Tai and Gia sat close together on one piece of furniture. Their body language suggested comfort and intimacy. I should return to my quarters soon, Bora said, rising. This has been most informative. You're welcome anytime, Gia said. Maybe you could join us again next week. We're having some friends over for a casual gathering. I would like that. Ta drove Bora back to her temporary living space. Did you enjoy the evening? Yes. Human pair bonds are fascinating. You and Gia seem harmonious. Ta smiled. We are. I'm a lucky man. I love her very much. The next day, Ta took Bora to a cultural center. They watched a performance of music and dance. Afterward, they met some of Ta's friends at a restaurant. Hey Ta, how's it going? A man greeted them. And you must be the visitor we've heard about. This is Bora. Tai introduced her. Bora, these are my friends Minho and Duri. They sat together, and Bora observed the human friendship rituals. They laughed often, talked over each other, and shared food from their plates. It was chaotic, but seemed pleasant. How's Gia? Minho asked Ta. She's good. Busy with work. She tried cooking that new recipe last night. Ta laughed. It didn't turn out great, but don't tell her I said that. I was so hungry afterward. I told her I could eat my wife. The humans laughed. Bora didn't understand the joke, but her translator device registered the phrase. She filed it away for later research. Over the next days, Bora spent more time with Tai and occasionally Gia. She learned about human work, entertainment, and social customs. She began noticing patterns in how humans spoke about their mates. One day, while waiting for Tai to finish a phone call in his office, Bora used her neural implant to search human expressions about mates. What she found disturbed her deeply. My better half implied humans considered their mates as parts of themselves. You're so sweet referred to taste. I could just eat you up was directly related to consumption. The evidence seemed clear. Somehow, humans consumed parts of their mates. Was it ritual? Symbolic? Literal? She needed to investigate further. When Tai mentioned again that he was planning something special for his anniversary with Gia, Bora's concern grew. She needed to understand this strange human custom before it was too late for Gia. Bora sat in her temporary quarters, surrounded by glowing screens displaying her research on human relationships. Her blue skin had faded to a pale cyan, the color of deep concern among her people. 3 of her 4 eyes scanned different screens while one remained fixed on her personal notes. Humans consume their mates, she whispered to herself. The evidence is undeniable. She reviewed her recordings from the past week. Tas saying he could eat his wife after a disappointing meal. A human in the park telling a child, "You're so delicious, I could eat you up." A television program where a character said they devoured their date with their eyes. Most disturbing was the frequency of food-related terms humans used for their partners. Honey, sugar, sweetie, cupcake, all references to taste. Bora's skin rippled with distress patterns. Had the Galactic Union missed this crucial detail about humans? Were they aware that humans practiced ritualistic consumption of their mates? Her communicator chimed. It was Ta. Bora, just checking if we're still meeting at the cultural center today. The art exhibit I mentioned. Yes, she replied, trying to keep her voice steady. I will be there. She needed more information. Perhaps this was a misunderstanding. Perhaps it was symbolic rather than literal. She couldn't report back to the Galactic Union without being certain. At the cultural center, Ta greeted her with his usual friendly smile. Bora tried to act normally while scanning him for signs of predatory behavior. You seem distracted today, Ta noted as they walked through the exhibit. I am processing much new information about humans, she replied truthfully. Anything specific you're curious about? I'm happy to explain. Bora hesitated, then decided on an indirect approach. Human pair bonds interest me. The rituals associated with your anniversaries. Tay's eyes lit up. Well, my anniversary with Judd is coming up next week. Usually couples give gifts, have a special dinner, maybe take a trip somewhere. Special dinner? Bora asked, her lower eyes blinking rapidly. Yes, either at a nice restaurant or home-cooked. I'm planning something at home this year, something intimate. The word intimate made Bora's skin flash with alarm patterns, which she quickly suppressed. And what happens during these intimate dinners? Ta looked at her curiously. Well, good food, maybe wine, romantic music. It's a celebration of our love and commitment. I see, said Bora, not seeing it all. His words seemed innocent, but she had evidence suggesting otherwise. Later that day, Bora found an opportunity to speak with Jia alone. Ta had mentioned his wife would be at the community garden, and Bora sought her out there. Bora, what a nice surprise, Jia said, looking up from the plants she was tending. I was nearby and remembered Ta mentioning you volunteer here, Bora lied. She knelt down beside Jia. These plants are for consumption, yes. Yes, we grow vegetables and herbs for the community, Jia explained, digging her hands into the soil. You enjoy preparing food for Ta? Jia smiled. I do. He appreciates my cooking. Well, most of the time, she laughed. And your anniversary approaches soon, Bora continued carefully. Ta mentioned he is planning something special. Yes, next week. He's being very secretive about it. Jia's eyes sparkled. He's probably planning a romantic dinner. He's actually a better cook than I am. Bora's translator might be malfunctioning. She needed to be more direct. Jia, when humans say they could eat someone they love, what does this mean? Jia looked surprised, then amused. Oh, it's just an expression. It means finding someone adorable or desirable. Like when you see a cute baby and say, oh, I could just eat you up. You don't actually want to eat them. This aligned with what Bora's research suggested might be the innocent explanation. But then why did humans have so many references to consumption in their relationship language? And when Tai calls you honey or sweetheart, those are just terms of endearment. They don't mean anything literal. Jia tilted her head. Are you researching human relationships for your report? Yes, Bora said quickly. Your customs are complex. But Bora wasn't convinced. She had seen Ta looking at cooking videos labeled Special Anniversary Dinner. She had overheard him on the phone ordering the best cut available. She had noticed him testing the sharpness of knives in their kitchen. The next day, Bora expanded her research to human biology and history. She discovered that ancient humans had indeed practiced ritual cannibalism in some cultures, and biologically, humans could technically consume the flesh of other humans. Her worry deepened when she saw Ta shopping for what he called supplies for the anniversary. He purchased candles, wine, and a large, sharp new cutting tool. This dinner will be perfect, he had said, not knowing Bora could hear him talking to himself. She'll never forget it. 2 days before the anniversary, Bora tried one more time to warn Jia. They met at a cafe near Jia's workplace. Human marriage customs interest me greatly, Bora began after they ordered drinks. You've mentioned that, Jia said with a small smile. Any specific questions? Yes. Are you concerned about your anniversary celebration? Jia looked confused. Concerned? No, I'm excited. Tai always makes our anniversary special. He mentioned preparing something you would never forget, Bora said carefully. That sounds promising, Jia replied, still smiling. Bora leaned closer. Jia, I have observed concerning patterns in human speech about mates. Terms related to consumption, possession, and absorption. Jia laughed. Oh, I see what's happening. You're taking our expressions literally. That's understandable for someone learning our language. So humans do not consume parts of their mates during special rituals? Bora asked directly. Jia's eyes widened, then she burst into laughter. No, absolutely not. We're not cannibals, Bora. But something in Jia's quick denial made Bora suspicious. Wouldn't someone in danger often deny it? Wasn't it common for victims to protect their abusers? The day of the anniversary arrived. Bora had made a decision. She would observe the ritual from a safe distance and intervene if necessary. The truth about humans needed to be documented, one way or another. She followed Ty as he left work early, carrying a package wrapped in butcher paper. She watched from across the street as he entered a store that sold candles and wine. She tracked him to his home, where flowers were being delivered. As evening approached, Bora positioned herself where she could see into the windows of Ty and Jo's home. She saw Ty arranging the dining room, placing candles everywhere. She saw him unwrap large cutting tools in the kitchen. She saw him check a dish in the oven repeatedly. When Jo arrived home, Bora moved closer to the house. Through the windows, she saw them embrace. Saw Ty hand Jo a glass of red liquid. Saw him lead her toward the kitchen where the sharp tools waited. Bora's skin turned deep indigo with resolve. She could not stand by and watch. If human relationships involved consumption of mates, the Galactic Union needed to know, and Jia needed to be saved. Bora crouched in the bushes outside Ty and Jia's house, watching through the window. Her blue skin had darkened to a deep navy, the color of determination among her people. Inside, Ty was lighting candles around the dining room while soft music played. The table was set with their best dishes and gleaming silverware. "Happy anniversary, my love," Ta said, handing Jia a glass of wine. "I have something special planned for tonight." Jia smiled and kissed him. "I can't wait." Bora's third eye narrowed as she focused on Ta's expression. There was something hungry in his look. She had studied enough human facial expressions to recognize it. "I'm going to change into something nice," Jia said, heading upstairs. Ta nodded. "Perfect. I'll finish preparing in the kitchen. Dinner will be ready soon." As soon as Jia disappeared upstairs, Ty returned to the kitchen. Through the window, Bora could see him testing the edge of a large knife. He opened the oven, releasing steam, and checked something inside. Then he pulled out a bottle from a cabinet and poured a clear liquid into the sauce he was preparing. "Sedative," Bora whispered to herself. "He's going to drug her first." She couldn't wait any longer. Moving silently around the side of the house, she found the back door. It was unlocked. Humans were so trusting. She slipped inside and listened carefully. Ty was still in the kitchen, humming as he worked with the sharp tools. Upstairs, she could hear water running. Jia was in the bathroom. Bora moved quietly up the stairs, her feet making no sound on the carpet. She reached the bedroom door just as Jia emerged from the attached bathroom, wrapped in a robe. "Bora," Jia gasped, startled. "What are you?" Bora rushed forward and placed a hand over Jia's mouth. "Do not scream," she whispered. "I am here to save you." Jia's eyes widened. She pulled Bora's hand away. "Save me? What are you talking about? How did you get in our house?" "There is no time to explain fully," Bora said urgently. "Ty is preparing to consume you. I have seen the evidence. The special meal, the sharp tools, the drug in the sauce." Jia stared at Bora for a moment. Then her lips twitched. "Bora, we talked about this. Humans don't eat each other. Those expressions aren't literal." "Then why does he have such large cutting tools? Why is he preparing a special private meal on your anniversary? Why did he add a clear liquid to the food?" From downstairs, they heard Ta call out, "Jia, is everything okay up there?" Jia looked torn between amusement and concern for Bora's obvious distress. "I'm fine, honey," she called back. "Just getting dressed." She turned back to Bora and spoke quietly. "The cutting tools are kitchen knives for the meal. The special private meal is a romantic dinner. And the clear liquid is probably cooking wine or lemon juice." "You are in denial," Bora insisted. "I have studied human relationships extensively. The evidence points to ritualistic consumption of mates." They heard footsteps on the stairs. Ty was coming up. "Jia?" he called again. "Do you need help with something?" Bora's skin pulsed with alarm colors. He's coming. We must hide. Before Gia could protest, Bora pulled her into the bathroom and shut the door, locking it quickly. Bora, this is ridiculous, Gia whispered, but there was now a hint of uncertainty in her voice. Let me out. You're scaring me. I am trying to protect you, Bora insisted. Your mate intends to harm you. The bathroom doorknob rattled. Gia. Tae's voice came through the door. Why is the door locked? Are you okay? Gia looked at the door, then back at Bora's frightened face. Something in the alien's genuine terror made her hesitate. I'm fine, Ta, she called out. Just having a private moment. I'll be out soon. Is someone in there with you? Ta asked, confusion clear in his voice. I thought I heard voices. Bora's skin flashed with warning patterns. See, he suspects something. He knows his plan is in danger. Despite herself, Gia felt a chill. What if Bora was right? What if she had misunderstood something fundamental about her husband? 4 years of marriage, and she'd never suspected anything. But, Gia, you're worrying me, Ta called through the door. What's going on? Nothing's wrong, Gia replied, her voice higher than normal. I just need a few minutes. You sound strange, Ta said. Are you sick? Let me help you. The doorknob rattled again, more forcefully this time. He's trying to get in, Bora whispered, her eyes wide with fear. We must find a weapon to defend ourselves. Gia looked around the bathroom frantically, despite herself. There was nothing but towels, soap, and her makeup. This is absurd, she muttered, but her heart was racing. Ta would never hurt me. Then why is he so insistent on entering? Bora asked. Why not respect your need for privacy? Outside, they heard Ta moving around the bedroom. Gia, please open the door, he called again. You're scaring me. Is something wrong? Are you hurt? Perhaps it is not consumption, Bora whispered, thinking out loud. Perhaps it is some other ritual. The candles, the wine, the special meal. It could be preparation for a different kind of sacrifice. Despite her rational mind telling her this was ridiculous, Gia felt a moment of real fear. The bathroom suddenly seemed very small and vulnerable. What's that noise? Ta asked. Is someone in there with you? Gia, open this door right now. The doorknob shook harder. Then they heard a scratching sound. Tad was trying to pick the lock. He's breaking in, Bora gasped, backing away from the door. Gia grabbed a towel rack, pulling it loose from the wall. She wasn't sure why she did it, except that Bora's fear was somehow contagious. Stay back, Ta, she called out, her voice shaking. Gia, what the hell? Tae's voice had risen in pitch. What's going on? Why won't you let me in? Tell him you know about the ritual, Bora urged. Tell him you won't be his sacrifice. Gia hesitated, torn between her trust in her husband and the strange seed of doubt that Bora had planted. I know what you're planning, she called out, immediately feeling foolish. There was a long pause outside the door. What I'm planning? Tae repeated slowly. You mean the anniversary dinner? The special meal, Gia said, glancing at Bora for confirmation. The ritual. Another long pause. Gia, honey, you're not making sense, Ta said, his voice gentler now but clearly worried. Please open the door so we can talk. Whatever's wrong, we can work it out. He's trying to manipulate you, Bora whispered. Stay strong. The scratching at the lock continued. Then they heard a click. He's coming in. Bora's skin flashed bright warning colors as she pressed herself against the shower door. The bathroom door began to open slowly. Gia, please put down whatever you're holding, Ta said carefully. Let's talk about this. Gia raised the towel rack, her hands trembling. She wasn't sure what she believed anymore, but the fear in the room was real and overwhelming. Stay where you are, Ta, she said. Don't come any closer. The door opened wider, revealing Ta's confused and frightened face. In his hand was a small tool he'd used to pick the lock. Not a knife, not a weapon. Just a tiny screwdriver from his desk drawer. Gia, he said softly, his eyes moving from his wife to the blue alien cowering in their shower. What's happening? Why is Bora here? Why are you afraid of me? Tay stood in the bathroom doorway, his eyes moving between his wife holding a towel rack and the blue alien pressed against the shower door. His face showed confusion and hurt. Gia, what's going on? He asked again. Why are you holding that? Why is Bora hiding in our bathroom? Gia lowered the towel rack slightly but didn't put it down. Her heart pounded in her chest. Part of her knew this was ridiculous, but Bora's fear was so real and intense that it had infected her too. Don't come any closer, she said, her voice shaking. Bora says. Bora thinks. I have discovered your plan. Bora interrupted, her skin flashing morning colors. The ritual consumption of your mate. The anniversary sacrifice. Tay's mouth fell open. He stared at Bora, then at Gia, then back at Bora. What are you talking about? He asked. Consumption. Sacrifice. This is crazy. Then explain the special meal, Bora demanded. The sharp cutting tools. The secret ingredients you added to the food. Understanding slowly dawned on Ta's face. You think I'm going to eat Gia for our anniversary? He might have laughed if the situation wasn't so tense. His wife was still holding a potential weapon, and the alien diplomat looked ready to attack him. Yes, Bora said firmly. All evidence points to this conclusion. Human expressions about consumption of mates. The secretive preparation. The special date. Tay took a careful step backward, raising his hands to show he meant no harm. Bora, this is a huge misunderstanding, he said slowly. I'm preparing a special dinner for our anniversary because I love Gia. The sharp tools are just kitchen knives for cooking. The secret ingredient was probably wine or seasoning. Then why do humans say they want to eat their mates? Bora challenged. Why do you call her honey and sweetheart? These are food terms. Despite the tension, Gia felt a smile tugging at her lips. The absurdity of the situation was beginning to overcome her fear. They're just expressions, she said, lowering the towel rack completely. Terms of endearment. They don't mean anything literal. But he said he was so hungry he could eat you, Bora insisted. After your cooking disappointed him. I heard him say this to his friends. Ta winced. That was a stupid joke. I didn't mean it literally. And I shouldn't have said anything negative about Joe's cooking. See, Gia said to Bora. It was just a figure of speech. But Bora wasn't convinced. Her training had taught her to be thorough in her cultural investigations. Then explain why you lock yourself in here with me, she said to Gia. You must have had doubts too. This made Gia pause. Why had she let Bora pull her into this? Why had she locked the door and armed herself with a towel rack against her own husband? I don't know, she admitted. You were so sure, so frightened. It made me doubt myself for a moment. Ta stepped carefully into the bathroom, still keeping some distance. Bora, he said gently, humans don't eat each other. It's considered taboo in all human cultures. When we use food-related terms for people we love, it's metaphorical, not literal. Metaphorical, Bora repeated, the translator device at her throat working to process the concept. Not literal. Yes, Ta continued. Like how your people say they absorb another's essence when you admire them. You don't actually absorb anything, right? Bora's blue skin flushed slightly purple, the equivalent of a human blush. Of course not, she said. That would be barbaric. It's just an expression of deep appreciation. Exactly. Ta said, relieved they were making progress. It's the same with our expressions. But then Bora's skin darkened again. If this is true, then explain the special preparations. The secrecy. The candles and wine. Those are for romance, Gia explained, setting the towel rack on the counter. Candles create a soft light that humans find intimate and attractive. Wine is a traditional drink for celebrations. And the special food preparation, Bora pressed. I wanted to make Jia's favorite meal, Ta said. A special cut of meat with a sauce I've been practicing. I wanted it to be a surprise. Bora's eyes narrowed. And what is this special cut? Beef tenderloin, Tai answered. From a cow. An animal we raise for food. Not human flesh. No. Both Tai and Jia exclaimed together. There was an awkward silence. Bora's skin cycled through several colors as she processed this information. I may have misinterpreted some cultural signals, she finally admitted. Jia stepped forward and put a gentle hand on Bora's arm. It's an easy mistake to make when learning about a new culture. Our language is full of confusing expressions. Ta nodded. I'm not angry. Just surprised to find you hiding in our bathroom on our anniversary. How did you get in here anyway? Jia asked. Your back door was unlocked, Bora replied. Humans are surprisingly trusting for a species I thought practiced meat consumption. Despite everything, Ta laughed. The tension in the room began to dissolve. Can I show you what I was actually preparing? He asked Bora. Maybe it will help clear up the misunderstanding. Bora hesitated, then nodded. I would like to verify your explanation. The three of them walked downstairs to the kitchen. Ta showed Bora the beef tenderloin marinating in herbs and wine. He explained each cooking tool and ingredient. He showed her the anniversary card he had bought and the small gift box containing earrings. This is the complete ritual? Bora asked, still sounding uncertain. Yes, Jia confirmed. Food, gifts, time together. That's all. Bora's skin slowly returned to its normal blue shade. I see. Then I have made a significant error in my cultural research. It's understandable, Ta said kindly. Human expressions can be confusing. I should leave you to your celebration, Bora said, moving toward the door. I apologize for the disruption. But Jia caught her arm. Actually, why don't you stay for dinner? You can see for yourself that it's just a normal meal. And I think we could all use some food after this. Excitement. Ta nodded in agreement. There's plenty. And I'd like to learn more about your culture's expressions. Clearly we have some communication gaps to bridge. Bora's skin lightened to a soft blue, relief and gratitude. I would be honored, she said, and perhaps I can use this experience in my report to the Galactic Union, a case study in cross-cultural misunderstandings. Just maybe leave out the part where you hid in our bathroom and convinced my wife I was a cannibal, Ta suggested with a smile. As Tai returned to cooking and Jia set another place at the table, Bora stood watching them. Human relationships were clearly more complex than she had realized, and perhaps less dangerous. Still, she made a mental note to double-check her translator's interpretation of other concerning human expressions. What exactly did humans mean when they said they were dying of embarrassment or had butterflies in their stomach? Cultural exchange, Bora was learning, was far more challenging than she had anticipated. The dinner table was quiet at first. Bora sat stiffly in her chair, her blue skin still showing faint ripples of embarrassment. Ta served the beef tenderloin he had prepared, along with roasted vegetables and a rich sauce. Jia poured wine for herself and Tai, and water for Bora, whose species couldn't process alcohol. This looks delicious, Jia said, breaking the silence. Thank you for cooking, Ta. Happy anniversary, Tai replied with a warm smile. He turned to Bora. Would you like to try some? I'm not sure if your digestive system can handle Earth food. My research indicates small amounts should be safe, Bora said, cautiously accepting a small portion. Thank you for including me despite my error. Jia took a bite of the tenderloin and closed her eyes with pleasure. This is amazing. Bora watched them eat for a moment, then carefully tried a small piece of meat. Her eyes widened. This creates a pleasant sensation in my taste receptors, she admitted. I understand why humans enjoy it. The tension began to ease as they ate. After a few minutes, Tai set down his fork. Bora, I'm curious. Does your species have expressions that might sound strange to humans? Bora's skin flushed slightly purple. Yes. Many, I suppose. I never considered how they might be misinterpreted. Like what? Jia asked, genuinely interested. Well, when we admire someone greatly, we say we wish to absorb their essence into our color patterns. It's just an expression of deep respect. But Bora paused. I see now how that could sound alarming to someone unfamiliar with our culture. Ta nodded. Exactly. And when I say I'm hungry enough to eat my wife, it's just an exaggerated way of saying I'm very hungry. I would never actually harm Jia. We also say someone has stolen our thoughts when we agree with them, Bora continued, warming to the topic. It doesn't mean actual theft. We say someone is on the same wavelength for that, Jia offered, or took the words right out of my mouth. More consumption imagery, Bora exclaimed, her skin flashing with realization. They all laughed, the remaining tension breaking completely. I should have used my translator's cultural context function, Bora admitted. But I was so concerned about your safety, Jia, that I rushed to conclusions. It's actually touching that you were trying to protect me, Jia said, even if it was from my completely harmless husband. Tai refilled their glasses. I think we need a system to prevent these misunderstandings in the future. Maybe you could ask us directly when you hear an expression you don't understand. That would be practical, Bora agreed. And I should share more about my own cultural expressions that might confuse you. Jia leaned forward eagerly. Like what? What other expressions do your people use? Bora thought for a moment. When we are very close to someone, we say we share color patterns with them. It means our emotions are connected, but we don't actually exchange skin pigments. That's beautiful, Jia said. Humans say their hearts beat as one, or that they feel each other's pain. And what about when you're angry? Tai asked. Humans say they're boiling with rage or seeing red. We say our colors burn through our skin, Bora explained. But our skin remains intact, of course. As the evening continued, they traded expressions and idioms, laughing at the potential misunderstandings each could cause. Bora took notes on her neural recorder, creating a database of human expressions with their actual meanings. After dessert, Ta brought out a small box and handed it to Jia. One more anniversary tradition. Jia opened it to find a pair of delicate silver earrings with blue stones. They're beautiful. Thank you. The stones reminded me of your eyes, Ta said. Bora watched with interest. Another ritual component. Gift exchange. Yes, Jia explained. On special occasions, we often give each other presents, things we think the other person will enjoy or find meaningful. Does your species have similar practices? Tai asked. Bora's skin turned a thoughtful shade of teal. We share meaningful color patterns. Each pattern tells a story or expresses an emotion that cannot be put into words. It's our way of giving something personal. Could you show us? Jia asked. Bora hesitated, then nodded. Her skin began to shift in complex waves of blue, purple, and green, forming intricate patterns that seemed to move and dance. This is a pattern of friendship and new understanding, she explained. It's customary to share when a misunderstanding has been resolved and new bonds formed. Tai and Jia watched, fascinated by the beautiful display. That's amazing, Jia said softly. It's like your skin is telling a story. It is, Bora confirmed. Every pattern has meaning. Just as your words and expressions do, though sometimes the meaning isn't obvious to outsiders.